What is going on, guys? And today we have a special video. Today I decided to make every single team in Super Rugby and redesign all their kits. So yeah, basically I've just done all my own artwork and stuff just to try and make my own unique version of every team's kit. So let's get into the video. Welcome back to another rugby video. Please make sure you go ahead and smash that like button to show your support for the channel. And if you are new, please go ahead and subscribe. We upload rugby videos every single week guaranteed. So please click the notification button so you don't miss out. Okay, so first up we have the blues. Now with the blues, I really wanted to try and keep a sort of unique blue sort of pattern to it. So I went for a dark blue, a kind of like a royal blue, and two different shades of light blue, as you can see. And really kind of blended them in together. I went for like a sort of tropical sort of look to it as well. And it really sort of captured the same, kind of like the style of the location of the blues. So yeah, I was really happy with how this turned out. It was a really, like, as I said, the blues really worked together, like blending in with the color wise. The NIB sponsor then blended in quite well as well, being just like a solid green. And then obviously, as you can see, the Adidas logo stood out as well. So I was pretty happy with this one. But yeah, I think we should move on to the next team. Okay, so next up we have the Brumbies. Now I really wanted to keep the sort of Brumbies sort of like looking kit to it, but mix it up a little bit. So as you can see, I've got a blue camouflage in the middle. It's then got the official O'Neill's sponsor on the shirt, on like where the kit supplier is, as you can see. I've then obviously with the logo is in where the logo should be. It's got a sort of a yellow padding underneath the sleeve. I've got a navy sort of trim to the end of the sleeves as well, and a yellow collar as well, really capturing that sort of Brumbies colour scheme. As you can see, the logo is blue and yellow as it is, so that's why I kind of stuck with the blue and yellow on the kit. And then obviously the sponsor then being over on the sleeves, I thought it looked pretty cool, because it just blends in a little bit more, because obviously the sleeves are white, so it stands out a little bit more and it makes it a bit more different. So yeah, hopefully you like this one. Okay, so next up we have the Bulls. Now the Bulls, I wanted to have a sort of really cool look to it as well by having flames. As you can see, there's a flame pattern on the sleeves and as well as the like the official kind of like the middle of the shirt. It really blends in then because it makes the Vodacom logo stand out a bit more with it being a solid red. And then I added a light blue edge of sleeve trim to it, as you can see. And then the flames go up from that into the shoulder pad areas, which is also light blue. And as you can see, the logo is a little bit bigger than the normal size, just to make the logo stand out a little bit more. And as you can see, Puma is the official kit supplier, and it's got a white collar and then a red middle part of the collar to try and really capture the Vodacom look as well, so it kind of like sticks to the whole color scheme. I was quite happy with this one, to be honest with you. Okay, so up next we have the Chiefs. Now the Chiefs one is probably one of my favourite ones I designed. So as you can see, I've got a sort of like a exotic palm tree style to it, but in different shades of grey and black. It really blends in, I feel, and it really captures a sort of Chiefs style, as in where they're located in the world. Then, as you can see, then it's got a red end of sleeve style to it, then with orange then of the Adidas logo on the shoulder pads, really capturing the Adidas look. I've then got a yellow collar going on it, with white in the middle, and because the white is kind of blending in, it's the same style as the Adidas logo. And then as you can see, then Gallagher is the official sponsor, which is in the middle. To be honest, this is my favourite one so far, and this is probably the main one that I'm most proud of creating. So up next we have the Crusaders. Now the Crusaders, again, I wanted to keep the same sort of colour scheme to it, like I have with most of the kits, but try and mix it up and make it look a little bit different. So as you can see, I've kind of got like a stripe pattern going on with it, but kind of like a diagonal sort of fade into it from the black. I thought it looked quite cool as well. The only thing I think I might have changed about this one was the BNZ sponsor and try and make that white to make it stand out a bit more. But otherwise, I was really happy with it. It looks really professional. I made the Adidas logo in gold just to make it look more unique to the Crusaders, of being how good that they are. And yeah, I was really happy with it. Thought it really looked like a Crusaders top. Not one of my favouriteest ones in this video, but gotta be up there with one of the best ones I have done. Okay, so next up we have the Highlanders. Now the Highlanders, I wanted to have a really cool sort of colour scheme going on with it. So as you can see, I've got a turquoise pattern going into a black, kind of like a digital fade, so it looks pretty cool, I thought. And then obviously, as you can see, again, we've got the golden Adidas logo there. And then we've got their logo on the opposite side of that. And then we've got a golden trim on the end of the sleeves, as well as a golden collar. I just thought it looked pretty awesome to have that, so I thought I'd put that in. The only issue I had really was the Pulse sponsor in the middle of the jersey. I really struggled to find well, it's called a PNG format. For those of you who don't know, which is basically like a stencil thing to put onto it. I could only find it in like a kind of like a white rectangle. So I mean, it's not bad, but I would have liked to be able to change the color of the font and stuff on the Pulse logo. But otherwise, I thought it was quite nice. The color scheme worked. It's just the sponsor seems a bit slapped on there. So apologies about that. But hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, so next up we had the Hurricanes. So the Hurricanes, as you can see, are kind of stuck to like a sort of yellowy color scheme to it. So as you can see, it's got like a different shade yellow going in from the sides up into the shoulder area. The NIB sponsor is there in green. The Hurricanes logo is where it should be. There's a white Adidas logo there. I think if I could go back, I probably would make the white Adidas logo black, just so it blends in with the whole edge of sleeve trim as well as the collar system. Otherwise, it's not too bad, but like I said, I think the Adidas logo is one of the ones I would change the most. Like I said, it's also not one of my greatest creations in this video, but it's one of the ones that I'm quite happy with. I mean, it's basic at the end of the day. I didn't want to change it up too much, but I wanted to make it still look sort of unique and to the Hurricanes as well, so hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, so next up we had Argentina's Jaguars. So as you can see, I kind of kept again the same color system of the nice orange and a different fade of orange. I really wanted to make this look really unique because the Jaguars I'm a massive fan of. I think they always look really cool and they play impressive rugby. So as you can see, the Visa logo is obviously still going to be there, and then it's kind of like a darkish blue/black underneath the sleeves. Then the Jaguars logo is there, and as you can see, the sponsor is there as Nike. I wanted to change the Nike logo a little bit to make it look more cool. Hopefully it does look a bit more cool. Then as you can see, black end of sleeve trim, black collar, white in the middle of the black collar, and then a black line going down from the collar into underneath the arms. Just really capturing that Jaguars look. I was really happy with this one. This is probably one of my best ones in this video again. Yeah, I'm really trying to go overboard with this one, just trying to make it look really cool, because obviously Argentina only has one team in the Super Rugby, so let's make that one team count. So that's why I did that. But yeah, like I said, probably one of my most proudest ones in this video. Okay, so next up we have the Lions. Now the Lions, I wanted to have the same sort of white and red stripe pattern going on with it. So as you can see at the bottom, it's kind of got two different shades of red, dark red, and then a lighter red, and then a white at the end of it. So it's like the stripes are only in the middle of the top, if that makes sense. Then we've got the Emirates logo then on the white stripe, and then we've kind of got the same sort of light red going on into the kit then up until the shoulders. Really capturing the sort of Lions sort of colour scheme. Canterbury then is obviously in white, as you can see, but in the middle of the shirt, just to make it stand out a bit more. And then it's got a grey end of sleeve trim, just to really make the sort of the edge of the sleeves then a little bit more different, rather than having just white and red throughout the whole kit. And then we've got a black collar, and then obviously in the middle of the collar is grey. I was happy with this one. It really has a sort of Lions feel to it. Yeah, okay, it's a little bit basic compared to the other kits. But yeah, I thought it was quite nice. It's like I said, I kind of wanted to stick to sort of traditional Lions look, and I think it really captures it. Okay, so next up we have the Rebels. So as you can see with the Rebels, I didn't want to change too much up with it, and I didn't actually get a sponsor for them either. But so as you can see, it's got a navy blue color scheme going on with it. It's got a white stripe then going diagonally across the torso as well as the sleeves, but not lining up to make it look a little bit more unique. It's got red under the arms, and then a red trim around that stripe. Then we've got a light grey edge of sleeve trim and a black collar. I really thought it captures the sort of colour scheme of the Rebels' logo. I thought it was quite nice. It has, like I said, it really looks traditional to them. The only things I might have changed again was maybe have their sponsor and stuff on it. But yeah, I thought it looks nice. Really looks, well, would you say rebellious, I suppose, to match the Rebels style. Like the Lions kit, I wanted to keep some teams traditional, so that's what I've gone for with this one. Okay, so next up we have the Reds. Now as you can see, it's very, very red. Again, trying to keep it sort of to the colour scheme. So as you can see, I've got like a burgundy red in the middle of the torso. BLK is the official kit supplier, so that is in black. We've got the Reds logo then where it should be. Overall, I was happy with it. The only thing I would probably change was the colour of the sponsor. Unfortunately, I didn't change the writing of the sponsor. I think it's St. George, I do believe. So going back, I might have changed that so that it stands out a little bit more. But otherwise, I'm quite happy with it. Like I said, I really wanted to keep it sort of red colour scheme. Everything needs to be red, but in different shades, within reason, obviously. So I'm happy with it. But like I said, if I could go back, I'd change the colour of the sponsor. But hey ho, I'm happy with how it looks. Okay, so next up we have the sharks. Now with the sharks, I wanted to kind of like capture a sort of shark fin style to it. Hence why it's got a grey sort of line like diagonally curving into the kit. So as you can see, it's black. It's got a dark grey shoulder sort of style to it. Orange then going underneath the arms, fading up to the collar, really capturing the sort of same colour scheme as Cell C. Then we have a light grey edge of sleeve trim. Kind of matching the sort of shark fin style I was trying to go for there, as you can see. Then the Sharks logo obviously being where it should be, and then Canterbury in white. Now, one thing I might have changed with this one, looking at this one now, I may have had Canterbury in orange, really making it a sort of unique style. But otherwise, I'm really happy with this one. It's probably one of my favourite ones again. Hopefully, any Sharks fans watching like this one. I know I have a few Sharks fans, so hopefully you like this kit. Okay, so next up we have the Stormers. Now, the Stormers kit, I really wanted to make it really bright and standing out as much as I possibly could. So as you can see, we have a sort of like a Captain America style to it, but not Marvel, if that makes sense. So as you can see, we have a light blue, then a white at the edge of the actual kit, but red lines going through it, really like making the colours stand out. We have red on the edge of the sleeves and a red collar, and then the red lines matching up then up to that collar. We have a white Adidas logo, the Stormers logo there as well, the red and blue and the white really standing out as well. And then DHL then slap bang in the middle, going straight across the trim of it, really making the sponsor stand out and go with the colour scheme. So I was really happy with this one. It stands out, and to be honest, I wouldn't mind buying this if it was in a shop. So yeah, that's a good thing. Okay, so next up we have the Sunwolves. Now with the Sunwolves, it may be one of the worst ones I've designed in this video, but it was also one of the most difficult ones I've struggled to do. That's just because the Sunwolves has its own sort of unique style to their kits, so I wanted to make this a little bit different. I also really struggled to find the sponsor as well, so unfortunately the sponsor can't really stand out that much. So like I said, obviously with them being based in Japan, making it here in the UK is a little bit more difficult because I don't really have access to knowing what the sponsor is or what it's called, and so on. So it may look one of the worst ones in this video, but it's also one of the ones I wanted to make it a little bit more different. But anyway, as you can see, it's red. The sponsor's in black. I would have liked to have that in white, but I couldn't do anything about that one. The logo doesn't really stand out, unfortunately, but then I couldn't really make it a completely different color, with the logo being red as it is anyway, so it was quite difficult to make the kit kind of like make the logo look like it needs to be there, if that makes sense. I can't change the color of the logo, so orange then had to be introduced into the middle of the shirt to try and make the logo stand out a little bit, and then as you can see, black Canterbury then, and I had to add black into the kit then, so that's why there's black underneath the arms. So I mean, there's got a lot going on in this kit, and like I said, I really struggled making this one, so I'm sorry Sunwolves fans if you're not happy with what this looks like, but it was very, very difficult to make a kit just because of the colour scheme that I had limited access to, so sorry. Okay, so the final one then is the Waratahs. Now with the Waratahs, I wanted to keep the same sort of colour scheme that they have, so as you can see, I kept it light blue. I then wanted to mix it up a little bit, so I added diagonal lines going down the middle of it, so kind of like arrows, in a different shade of blue. Then we've got Daikin then in a white rectangle, because otherwise it wouldn't stand out because Daikin's logo is blue. I then tried to match up with the sponsor by having white edge of sleeves, just because like I said, the sponsor's white as well. We've then got red underneath the arms to line up then up to where the middle of the collar is, but around the outline of the red I made it white just to make it stand out a little bit more. So I was pretty happy with this one. Like I said, I didn't want to mix it up way too much, but I really feel it captures a sort of Waratahs look to it, so in the end it turned out quite good. But yeah, hopefully Waratahs fans, you're happy with this. Okay guys, that is literally the final shirt that we have then, which is the Waratahs. I think this one that I made of the Chiefs is probably my favourite one in this video, and it's also been probably my most proudest creation just because it's so unique, and it really, really captures a sort of like a unique style to the kit as well. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed all the kits. Okay guys, so without further ado, that's going to be the end of today's video. I hope you did enjoy. Please make sure you go ahead and smash the like button to show your support down below. Let me know in the comment section as well what other kits you'd like to see me do, if it's a certain league or something. So far I've covered the English Premiership, the Pro 14 and Super Rugby. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Please make sure you go ahead and subscribe as well if you haven't already. We do literally rugby videos every single week, guaranteed, covering everything to do with rugby video games, and literally stuff like this as well. So if you're a rugby fan or a sports fan and you're looking for something to watch, please make sure you go ahead and subscribe and click that notification button. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. I have been Andrew. I will see you in another video. Peace out, guys.